Hello, welcome, or welcome back to Heretical Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. I haven't even actually chosen a deck. I just, the energy was available for me to make this little intro. I'm like, am I going to be an intro girly? Yeah, for the time being. At least for this series of readings, there is going to be an intro. I want to set intentions at the beginning, or at least share with you my intention that I always have for every single reading that I do, whether it's on YouTube or one-on-one personal readings. I am not psychic. I am not claiming to be. I do know these cards. And my intention is for the message to come through me, not from me. For your highest good, for my highest good. We're just two friends reading tarot together. So anyway, I do also try to share the meaning of each card because you have your own intuition, and obviously you're the person that's involved in your own life, right? So I share the meaning of each card so that you can discern, you can listen to your own guidance around each card for sorry, I closed my eyes and all of a sudden I got lost. I am naturally a blonde. I immediately heard blonde moment. Anyway, I closed my eyes and I got lost. Bro. Anyway, okay. So yeah, you have your own intuition. You're the one, right, that's involved in your own life. I want you to know the meanings of each card so that you can also receive your own message, right? Listen to yourself. The whole reason I even give tarot readings is for you to return to yourself, for you to listen to yourself, which is why I'm probably not telling you anything you don't know already, right? I'm more than likely confirming or affirming things for you. No doubt your intuition is see, told you. But also, I do think that is important. I think that's an important part because once you know for sure, right? Once you have that confirmation, it's that you can free up the energy for what's next. You have confirmation. Now what? Right? Now what? So I haven't even really chosen a deck yet. Did I say that? This is a deck that I was thinking of in my mind's eye. Let's see if it even wants to do the reading or not. Do you want to do the tarot readings? Yeah, okay. That was the Ace of Cups. I do that for every reading too. Consent over here. Is there anything else that I wanted to say? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would absolutely love it if you did, because honestly, community is becoming a big thing for me in what's next for me. So let's get on to the reading. Great. So this is a reading for Aquarius, wherever Aquarius is in your chart. How are you all doing? The Hanged Man. Okay. feeling a bit in limbo. Maybe feeling a little stuck. Maybe also too even allowing yourself. It almost kind of feels like giving yourself a break. The feeling that I'm feeling is almost just kind of seeing how things play out and keeping an open mind, because the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective. Also too, maybe this is familiar, feeling like you've been here multiple times in the last however long it's been. But also there is like a sense of like evolution to it though. It's changed in some capacity. We have the Nine of Swords, Hermit, the Eight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Oh, I always forget there's a glare up there. I actually feel like putting this up there and like this is kind of down here. You see that okay? It's interesting because all of the fire is behind the Ten of Pentacles. And I was sitting here just being like, I was kind of surprised for some reason that there wasn't any wands out here. Like, why would I be surprised about that? I don't know. But I am. Or I was. And then I remembered that all of the fire is like behind the Ten of Pentacles. Or at least the Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there. But so yeah, what is the situation that you are either viewing differently or a different perspective is being shown to you, or even to just feeling like you're in limbo? Because the Hanged Man is not ever usually stressed. Like, it's not like they're struggling to get out of this situation. I mean, they literally do look like they're chilling. And the reason why I was saying, like, I mean, this could just be almost like a familiar thing to you now. Because I like, for whatever reason in this specific deck, my eye and my attention keeps going to these branches that were cut off. And it almost kind of feels like it feels like they were cut off after the Hanged Man was like released, right? Like they got the point. They did change their perspective. They did see things from a different POV, literally, just by hanging upside down, right? I mean, your whole world turns upside down. So there's almost too like this evolution or like ascension thing, because the bar keeps rising. And maybe that's too like you keep raising the bar, whether that's on yourself, your relationships, your job, your business, whatever it is, right? Just keep like raising the bar. And then there you are dangling from it, being like, okay, so what does it look like when the bar is this high or at this height, right? Because then all these other ones, it wouldn't have been the right height. I mean, I hope you're picking up what I'm dropping. Like, right? It's like you reach a goal and you're like, great. Now what? Like what's the next goal? Like, can I do more? Can I raise the bar even more for myself? Do I feel satisfied here? Or do I feel like I have more? The Nine of Swords, Hermit, Eight of Cups. It honestly feels like the Nine of Swords and the Hermit card are facing off here. Like the swords are facing or going into the side of the card that the Hermit is on. And the Hermit is facing these Nine of Swords. Isn't that interesting? Swords are air. I want to say the Hanged Man is Neptune, which is Pisces, right? The Hermit is Virgo. But swords have to do with our mind, our thoughts, our thought process, our belief system, truth, honesty, but divine truth and divine honesty. I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to feelings, to experiences, to circumstances. And it does become our belief system, homeostasis. It becomes our personality, our temperament, what we build our identities around, the reasons why we do and don't do things, where our anxieties and our fears and our doubts come from, right? So the Nine of Swords is all about doubt and fear. We can see, these hands are tied up here. And at first I thought it was like two different hands tied together. I mean, it certainly can be. Like if you feel tied to somebody, if you feel obligated to somebody, or, if there is a relationship of any kind, business, platonic, romantic, familiar, whatever, that you feel literally bound to. And if that is creating some sort of anxiety or, it's just almost like taking up a lot of brain space, or again, right, like you have a certain belief system around that. Now, nines are also individual completion. These are actually both nines too. I just noticed that. This is 12. This is 8, 10. So that's interesting. But nines are individual completion. So really, even too, like with this Hanged Man, I mean, you could really be unpacking your own fears, your own doubts. Where do they come from? Are they actually even true? Because for me, personally, in my healing journey, when I was kind of in the thick of it, which I don't know if that ever ends, I just, you find yourself in the thick of it unexpectedly. But I think it's also like fewer and further between the further that you get into it. But anyway, it's like you get to a point in your healing journey where you start asking questions like, who am I and how did I become this person? Right? And that's kind of where like dark night of the soul, like doing shadow work, that type of, inner child work too, because you start following your own breadcrumbs back to where things began for you, the belief systems, the fears, the doubts, like where did that come from, or where did it originate, right? And then being an adult with the experience that you have, with the information that you have now, wherever you are, then you can start asking those questions. Is this true? Do I actually believe this, this belief that I have, this identity that I've created around this one or many, circumstances or experiences? And, I created a story and I've been living that story every single day. Like, is it true now? Do I want it to be true in the future? The Hermit card is healing, it's introspection, solitude. It's also, I feel, interesting that both of these cards, the Hanged Man and the Hermit card, are very like individual cards. Even the Nine of Swords is individual. But it's it's you having to do your own work. Truly, like the path is unique to you. That's also like the Hermit card. Like truly nobody can walk your path for you. Nobody can tell you like how far or how high to go, or what goals to achieve or not, or whatever. They're also being guided by the Star card, or the Star, which is Aquarius, right? Even though I know we don't have the Star card out here, but they are being guided by the Star. So even just this card coming out during an Aquarius reading, it's almost like amplified or affirming that you need to follow what is true to you, right? It's being guided by your hopes, your dreams, what you believe is even possible. It's also even shedding light on whatever the quote unquote darkness of the Nine of Swords is. It is almost too like being guided by your own light. And that could be like where the duality is coming from, like the anxiety, the fear, the doubt, just those things that, like Brene Brown calls them gremlins, that come up that try to keep you safe, that try to avoid any type of discomfort that comes from growth and expansion, that tries to, keep you safe from failure or the feelings of that, or even just, of course, the perception of failure. But I love to see that the Eight of Cups is here at the end of the reading, because it's kind of like that thing of feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Not only that, they're walking towards the Nine of Cups, which I know we don't have the Nine of Cups out here, but if we did, wouldn't that be crazy? Because then we have 3 nines down here. But it's almost like, again, it's like making that decision to go towards your wishes, pointing at the Star card here, right? Like believing in the thing, believing in yourself, believing in what's possible, because these 8 cups, like they might have been fulfilling at one point, but this person knows like that's not it. And making that decision to, again, like move towards the 9 of Cups. I also love that they're walking towards the right side of the card, which is the future. So it's almost like they're leaving this behind, right? And again, like there is this overwhelming thing of feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be fear. It could be, feeling the doubt and doing it anyway. Feeling whatever, feeling excited and doing it anyway. It doesn't have to be. I'm just using those terms because we have the 9 of Swords out here. But 10 of Pentacles is legacy, financial success, generational wealth. Right? I mean, that would be achieving the goal, just having financial security to where you, your loved ones, the people around you, whatever, your business, your peers, whatever it is, right? Everybody is taken care of. There's plenty. There's enough to go around. The Ace of Wands, brand new spark, also coming from the future. Something to be excited about, something to pour your energy into, something to take action towards. The Queen of Wands is confident, expressive. Look at all that yellow too, right? Solar plexus. Red, with the root chakra, blue with the throat chakra. This is like really being in your power, being creative, sharing your passions, right? The 5 of Swords, conflict. That might even be like a hot take, like sharing a truth. And especially because the Ace of Swords is like behind it. Honestly, it could even just be like not giving so much weight to what I was even talking about with the 9 of Swords, the gremlins. Not letting other people convince you of like what's possible, or like if they're not your audience, they're not your audience type of thing, whatever that means. Because this person is holding 3 swords. These 2 people back here look defeated. There's 2 swords on the ground. Just their body language, they look defeated. This usually is a card of like winning at all costs. 5s are transitionary energies. But it doesn't feel negative in the sense of winning at all costs. It just feels like honoring your own truth, even if that is not in alignment with what other people are saying. You know, it's like I said, it's a hot take. And it would also be your truth, like seeing something differently, having a different perspective than other people. You know, it's almost like separating yourself from the herd. The Ace of Swords here, brand new idea, brand new inspiration. I also, you know, I know it's coming from the left side of the card, but it feels like it's coming out of the Five of Swords. We have the Six of Wands, then victory, success, the 10 of Cups. Two cards about success, happiness, recognition. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then the Death card, something ending so something new can begin, which is also beautiful. Three of Pentacles, working together. Four of Wands, success. I mean, I could keep going, but how long has this been? I think this is beautiful for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.